Okay, one more time. We're going to give this a shot, going with a more reliable method. This is Bill Bostic with Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. I think this is try number 3 to get this thing in the can this morning. I've been using some special software to be able to broadcast on Linglestown Gazette Facebook page as well as YouTube at the same time, and something was happening. Good morning, Nicole Ball. Good morning, Susan, George. We've got 3 top stories to go over today. This is brought to you by Kane Mortgage, the fine folks on Linglestown Road, just west of the village. See Kane Smelts. The next time you have some financial situations, you want to find some money, they may be able to help you out on things more than just home mortgage. Here's your top story. We're going to take a quick look at an update on the Linglestown Elementary School mix-up last week when a teacher apparently had a taser on her desk. We're going to take a look at it also at a Central Dauphin Rams wrestler who made big news yesterday on TV. And our final story is going to be, the whole idea of keeping tabs on things locally, local news, what's happened to it, and how Linglestown Gazette's going to have to tweak and adjust things to keep doing what we're doing. It's not a done deal. So that's what we're going to be looking at today and much more. Those are just your top stories. But getting back to Linglestown Elementary School, I've been keeping tabs on that story about the teacher who had a personal taser apparently. Students found it or spotted it, reported it, and then the school district, some of the parents were concerned that the school district was not taking this thing too seriously, something like that. So now they're checking into it. It looks like the parents at the elementary school who are involved are making progress in working with the administration. I got a report that an investigation is underway, and my hope is that the district tightens up the policy for staff when it comes to what they can bring into the building. We have a lot of personal safety stuff that's available these days. Pepper spray, tasers, different things you can put in your pocket or your pocketbook. And I think the district's going to have to work on that because the policy that I saw online is a little vague on some of those issues. So that's what's happening there. Good news, and that looks like the issue is still alive, and they're going to be working on it. In wrestling, Central Dauphin Rams wrestling team has a long history of putting out great wrestlers. They had a series of years like 2008, 9, 10, 11, something like that, where they were had state championships. They're a little bit on the rebound, but last weekend they had a great run at the team championship for District 3, ended up in 4th place. Helping them do that was Josh Miller. Josh Miller, I'm not sure what weight class he's in, but he was named WGAL TV8 Student Athlete of the Week. So we want to congratulate Josh Miller. He went undefeated last weekend. All right. And then lastly, as far as reinventing journalism and what we do here at Linglestown Gazette, we're in search of a model that can not only work here, and what you're watching now, people are popping in and popping out. I'm not sure what's going on, but what you're watching here is at best a demonstration project because it's all run by volunteers. I'm a volunteer. Joe Gilloway's a volunteer currently, and we have other volunteers who help out. If this is going to continue, we're going to have to find a model that works and we can support a journalist or two. And I'm thinking more and more that to move forward, we may want to make Linglestown Gazette like a laboratory of sorts for students to learn the craft of writing, interviewing, putting together videos, all that kind of thing. Not only Central Dauphin School District, Central Dauphin East, colleges in the area and involve them. That may be the key to make this happening. So we're going to take a look at that. But beyond that, just note that, we have a website, LinglestownGazette.com, 2 Facebook pages, 2 Twitter pages, an Instagram page, special events. We do charitable giving. All this is happening. The YouTube page not operating today because it ran into a software glitch. And looking forward ahead to later this week, tomorrow, tentatively, I'll be at St. Thomas Roasters with Crystal Bob
We're going to be talking about tiny homes. I want to talk to her about tiny homes and get her take on that. She's a realtor, so she might have some interesting insights. And also tomorrow, today, the Paxton Herald comes out, and we'll be taking a look at the Paxton Herald maybe in part. We're also supported here by CBC Cabinetry and Flooring. They're at 3989 Sunnycrest Drive. That's in the Union Deposit Corridor. I've been in contact with them. They're going to help me out with a project, at least take a look at one here at my office, which is being erected right now as I speak, probably. And we're also brought to you in part by the Fat Man Clothing Company. I'm wearing their fleece today. Check out all their clothing at fatmanclothingcompany.com. Let's move over to the St. Thomas Roasters Community News Report. St. Thomas Roasters, every morning here of late, they have 5 separate coffees you can pick from. This morning, the dark roast is Sumatra Manhiling. The medium roast, Mexico Oaxac. I don't know how to say Oaxac. Axac. I'm not sure how you say that. The mild Tanzanian Peabody, the flavored chocolate raspberry, and the decaf is, this sounds good, espresso blend. St. Thomas Roasters just off the square of Linglestown. The main thing I have for you this morning is a reminder. Lower Paxton Township Historical Commission. This just started this year and it's been going like gangbusters. Their meetings are heavily attended. The programs, I haven't been to one. I've seen parts of it on YouTube, are interesting. They're going to be meeting for February on Thursday. February 7th, that's tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Those meetings take place at the Township Municipal Center on Prince Street. And the topic, this is amazing. At one time in the greater Linglestown area, this type of thing was happening. They had an orphanage and Masonic home, okay? An orphanage and Masonic home was run by the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania. I mean, I want to know what the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of PA. What is that? What was it? Looks like this was an African American orphanage and home. It was opened in 1909. And they're going to look into the history of all this, where it was located, what was happening. That's what's happening tomorrow night. Lower Paxton Township Historical Commission, 6 p.m. Township Municipal Center. Let's move over to our Tonino's Pizza local high school sports report. Last night on the hardwood, the Central Dauphin Rams hosted the Mifflin County Huskies, and as was expected, the Rams had their way against the Huskies. They won 75-41. This game was broadcast by Linglestown Gazette Sports, sponsored by Huffman Ford, so you can get a look at the replay. It also included senior night, so all the seniors, I think there were 5 seniors, they were honored last night. Also, Central Dauphin East Panthers, the boys team, was in action against Harrisburg. They played the Cougars, which, certainly one of the higher shelf teams in the Commonwealth Division. The Panthers played the Cougars very well. 71-68, Harrisburg won. But get this, Central Dauphin East was led by rough and rugged sophomore Aaron Jones. He had 23 points, 16 rebounds. I mean, that's a monster night. Aaron Jones, so congratulations to him. Panthers just came up short. As I said yesterday, the Central Dauphin East Panthers, their record isn't the best, certainly not near the top of the Commonwealth Division, but these guys play a great brand of basketball. They beat Steel High on Saturday at home. They played Cumberland Valley tough. They're playing Harrisburg tough. They played Central Dauphin Rams tough, right? But they're in a very, very competitive division, and you really have to be on top of your game in these Commonwealth Division games. All right, and then the Central Dauphin East girls also played Harrisburg, but I could not find a score. Could not find a score on that game. Moving ahead to tonight, the Central Dauphin Lady Rams will be traveling to
always tough, Mifflin County to play the Lady Huskies. And Joe Gilloway will be at that game. I think Tom Gingrich, one of our sponsors, our volunteers will be there too, following reports. The Central Dauphin East Lady Panthers will be traveling to Chambersburg to take on the Lady Trojans. And in wrestling, Central Dauphin East Panthers are going to be hosting Palmyra in wrestling. Well, that about does it. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties. I think this is try number 3 or 4 to get this thing in. But I'm still Bill Bostic, your wannabe Walter Cronkite. And we're brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services. Check back tomorrow. Hopefully things will go better. And we'll have some good stuff for you in the morning on the Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. Thanks, David Jones, for your support. Consolidated Insurance Services. Have a great hump day. We'll see you tomorrow.